sun rises. It all sounds magnificent, right? One may argue that the world is not that beautiful and life is downright hard. Agreed. Laura Napoleon would like to thank you for the opportunity to speak to you on the choice you have in life. Laura Napoleon, thank you.
She said she usually cried at least once each day, not because she was sad, but because the world was so beautiful and life was so short. One of my favorite quotes from Brian Andres, because the world was so beautiful. What makes your world so beautiful? Have you ever stopped to ask yourself that question? We all want the perfect view of the world. We want to live the perfect life. We want to marry Mr. Right, Miss Perfect. We want to raise great kids. We want to have friends that'll stick by you through thick and thin. We want a great job with a boss that listens. We want all the material things that life has to offer, and we want all of our problems to disappear. Everybody wishes for their good life. One person's definition of a good life may be so different from another's. Someone's definition of a good life may be 3 hot meals a day and a roof over their head. Someone's definition may be to live in a huge mansion and have a couple $1 million in the bank. I want to describe what makes my world beautiful. People. People make my world a better place. I love people. I love conversation. I love the unique characteristics of each person. Love. How apropos to talk about love today on Valentine's Day, and happy Valentine's Day. I love being in love. The purest emotion and recognized in every language. The morning sunlight. Every morning there's a guarantee that the birds will sing. You don't hear them arguing. Hey you, cardinal over there, you're singing the wrong song. You don't hear the birds making the choice to be unhappy. Music. I love listening to music, and let me preface that statement with I cannot sing worth anything. Music elicits hope and dreams for me. It sends me off to a land, I tell you what, music is just fabulous. I would like for you to close your eyes for a moment and listen to this beautiful melody. The gift of music. How do you not find beauty in that sound? That song, if you look at my music list, I play that song sometimes 10 times a day. I can listen to it over and over. It's beautiful. Music, love, people, sunrises, it all sounds so fabulous. One might argue that the world is not so beautiful and life is downright hard. Your Mr. Right may not be Mr. Right after all. And your kids might not be as ideal as you intended them to turn out. Your friends are going to disappoint you, and that is a guarantee. And your boss is not always fair. And those material things you thought would make you so happy, well, they didn't seem to make you that happy after all. I want to share a little story with you. My parents have been married for 56 years. I don't know what happens when you've been living with somebody for that long. To say that they get a little nasty with each other once in a while is an understatement.
Yeah.
I'm working in the yard recently with my mom, and I come running out the side of the yard. Mom, you're going to be so happy. Daddy is fixing that refrigerator that you've been asking him to fix for 6 months. Forget about it. Are you kidding? Happy? I'm not going to be happy. What, are you kidding? Your father's driving me crazy. I've been asking him to fix the refrigerator forever. I'm not going to be happy. He's just going to be a jackass tomorrow. But Mom, so you're telling me that you're choosing to be unhappy over something that may or may not happen tomorrow? You see, that little story elicits the fact that my mother is making the choice to not be happy. You and only you can make your world beautiful. You have total responsibility for what you do and how you respond to the fact that life is not always perfect. You see, you can only control yourself. You cannot change other people. My mother is not going to change my father, but she can become the ideal wife. You can learn how to raise better children and make a happier home. You could become a better employee. Ask your employer for things to do. Become a more responsible employer. The raises will come and the promotions will be soon after. Become a better friend. Invest more time in your relationships. Once you become open to the idea that you are responsible for your life and you have choices is when you realize that you can make your world beautiful. She said she usually cried at least once each day, not because she was sad, but because the world was so beautiful and life was so short. Thank you.